and welcome to the highlights from the Tennent's Premiership and Tennent's National Leagues. As we enter 2022, we approach the business end of the season with relegations, promotions and playoff spots all at stake. To catch up from last week, however, and Hoyk's title challenge suffered a blow as they were defeated by a spirited Glasgow Hawks. Moving on to this week's fixtures, and we'll start at Stoneyhill, where Musselburgh took on Jed Forest. Both sides went into this one evenly matched, sitting just below mid-table after a season of mixed fortunes in 2021. It was the hosts who got off to a flying start. Paul Cunningham capitalised on an overthrown line-out, juggling the ball and powering over for the first score of many for the day. Dom Buckley hit back for the visitors shortly after. He was involved in the build-up before finishing off this move to draw level. Musselburgh retook the lead through Tom Foley, benefiting from some poor defending to barge his way over. Once again, Jed were equal to it and levelled things up. Mason Cullen's try was converted by Gary Monroe's trusty boot before Monroe added this penalty to give Jed the advantage at the break. In the second half, Jed's ill discipline cost them. Gregor Law was sent to the bin for a high tackle, and he was joined by Paulo Ferreira after he collapsed them all and Musselburgh were awarded a penalty try. Despite being down to 13 men, Jed fought proudly and retook the lead through scrum half Nick Stingle. Jed didn't learn their lesson though and continued to give away penalties, and eventually the home side made their numerical advantage count. Replacement prop Neil McNairn carried over from the line out to put his side back in front. Minutes later, McNairn had his second, a near carbon copy of the first after some more good work from the forwards.
No change, 5! Once!
Musselburgh's other prop, Duncan Hodge, got his name on the score sheet, reaping the rewards after some more good work from the front line. The game had an unsavoury ending, with both teams having players sent off after a brawl. Jed did finish with a fourth try and left Musselburgh with 2 bonus points. The result leaves both teams tied on 26 points with nothing to separate the sides. Elsewhere in the Tennent's Premiership, Curry started off this year as they finished the last with another win. They cruised past Glasgow Hawks at Balgrey, scoring 4 tries and keeping a clean sheet. Edinburgh Accies got the job done and kept their grip on the playoff spots with a win over GHA. That was GHA's 4th defeat in a row, and they'll be even more disheartened at the fact that they couldn't pick up a bonus point, missing a conversion right at the death. Mar maintained their winning habit from the first half of the season. Head coach Craig Redpath was frustrated by the performance, however, despite picking up all 5 points against Selkirk. Mar stay second with their win, behind Curry, who look untouchable at the top. Accies are up to third, closely followed by Hoyk, who make up the rest of the playoff spots. Musselburgh's win brings them level with Jed Forest in mid-table. With Selkirk and GHA both losing, Aberdeen's faint hopes for survival remains intact for another week at least. It doesn't come much tougher for Aberdeen. They host league leaders Curry at the weekend. Elsewhere, Musselburgh take on Mar, and there's a Glasgow derby with plenty at stake when Hawks take on GHA. To Tennent's National 1 now, and all 12 teams made their first footing onto the pitch this year. We'll start at the Greenyards, where Melrose took on Biggar. Your commentator for this one was Callum Johnston.
The hosts couldn't have got off to a better start. Gavin Wood was the first to go over the line and get the first points of the match after just 2 minutes of play. Despite relentless pressure, Biggar could not find their first points of the match, and instead of going for the tries, they opted for the posts, Ewan Bogle got 2 penalties within quick succession to bring the score within just a point. And eventually, they got their break. Rowan Stewart was the last over the line after some brilliant passing to put Biggar ahead for the first time in the match. Melrose reduced to 14 men just before half-time, with David Covine getting sent off. Craig Borthwick was then the first over the line in the second half as Biggar extended their lead. And they weren't done there. Andrew Jardine getting another try for the visitors as they extended their lead. But the hosts weren't done yet either. Bruce Colvine gave Melrose some hope as he got over the line for his first try. And despite some excellent play to get Jack Dobie scoring in the corner, it was too little too late. Melrose walked away from the Greenyards with only 1 losing bonus point, while Biggar went back up the road happy as they looked to close the gap between them and Heriots.
There were 5 other fixtures across Tennent's National 1. In the Borders, Kelso gave their playoff hopes a boost, making short work of Ayr and winning comfortably in the end. Highland headed back up the A9 and home happy after taking all 4 points against Dundee at Mayfield, their 4th win on the road this season. Heriots found their form, which kept them top of the league for so long in 2021. They ran in 64 points to Stirling's 31 at Goldenacre. Boroughmuir couldn't capitalise on Dundee's defeat, however. They were easily beaten by in-form Gala, who haven't done a lot wrong this season. That gave Watsonians the chance to catch their Edinburgh rivals, which they grabbed with both hands. They beat Cartha Queen's Park at Mireside with a bonus point for only their 2nd win of this season. The win for Watsonians lifts them off the bottom of the table and above Boroughmuir for the first time this season. At the top, it's as you were, with Heriots, Biggar, Gala and Kelso all winning and staying where they are. Looking ahead to next week's fixtures, and there's plenty to look forward to. Watsonians take on Highland, looking to build on their good starts to the year. Heriots travel to Ayr and Gala host Dundee. Taking a look at Tennent's National 2 now, and there are 5 games across the division. Preston Lodge got the perfect start to the year. They narrowly beat Stewart's Melville by 20 points to 14 to close the gap between the sides to just 6 points. Falkirk also climbed their way back up the table after beating Hamilton in an exciting mid-table clash. GHK continued their promotion push as they beat bottom of the table Whitecraigs. Preston Lodge will look to keep their fine run of form going when they welcome Kirkcaldy to Pennypit. Elsewhere, GHK face a trip away to Peebles and Stewart's Melville host Newton Stewart. Only 2 games in Tennent's National 3 this week. West of Scotland's promotion chances got a big boost as they beat struggling Greenock Wanderers, while Strathmore could not beat Howe of Fife, who also chased down the other promotion spot. Greenock and Strathmore both face off next week, while Ardrossan face the biggest challenge of the week with a trip to unbeaten Lasswade. So rugby has returned in 2022, and it's as you were at the top of the table, with Curry and Heriots out in front and leading the way in pole position. The race for the playoff is heating up though, and it's anyone's game really as the final few weeks of the season is up and coming. At the bottom of Tennent's National 1, Watsonians' win lifts them off the bottom for the first time this season and gives them some renewed hope for survival. Could 2022 be their year? Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you all again next week.